Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. A National Parks firefighter has been killed by a falling tree during firefighting efforts on the mid-north coast. Paramedics tried to save his life at Narong in the Bulladila fire zone, but he died at the scene. RFS Inspector James Morris says it's a tough situation for firefighters.
Obviously, it's an evolving situation, and it is very sad to see the loss of a firefighter on the fireground at any point in time. So we are working with the firefighting crews and the loved ones around this situation.
Fresh crews have been deployed this morning as work continues to bring the massive blaze under control. It's at advice level after burning through more than 3,400 hectares since Thursday, with at least 4 homes lost at Crawford River. Meanwhile, the dangerous Redhead fire is also at advice level and not yet under control. Peter Hislop reports at one stage the blaze threatened a nursing home in Redhead Road.
Here in Redhead, that's the sound of water bombing and monitoring aircraft circling the fire, which as of yesterday afternoon had burnt through over 90 hectares and closed Redhead Road. Now downgraded to advice level, it was at Watch and Act. A southerly change yesterday morning was no help to firefighters. Fears it would jump to the Widden Aged Care Centre. Fire and Rescue and the RFS had crews working all hours who had 3 aerial assets and 32 appliances on site, certainly not taking any risks. Hope overnight conditions would bring a reprieve to what's been an extremely busy weekend. Peter Hislop for 2NURFM's Hunter News.
Crews have managed to extinguish the eastern side of the fire overnight. To other news, a motion to go before Newcastle Council tomorrow night will urge the state government to seek special disaster funding for the residents affected by the New Lambton landslip. The situation is becoming even more critical for the 16 displaced households, with insurance-funded temporary accommodation to cease by May next year, 12 months after the event. This would place extra psychological and financial strain on the residents, who will need to pay full market rent while still having to pay mortgages on properties which they cannot enter, repair or live in. We're being encouraged to shop local this Christmas season by the region's peak business body. It comes amid warnings of fake websites dubbed ghost stores run by overseas scammers who claim to sell locally made goods when they're actually posting cheap knockoffs from abroad. Business Hunter Chief Executive Bob Hawes says visiting stores in person can still mean a good deal.
So we would still encourage people to look around and try and spot bargains. I mean, businesses are very adept at when they need to shift stock at doing deals. Customers, it's worth their while to keep an eye out for that to see if they can take advantage, and that helps the business and helps the customer.
The state and federal governments, in partnership with Lake Macquarie Council, have put a 10-year dredging plan for Swansea Channel on display and are asking for public feedback. Transport for New South Wales has released the environmental plan to support ongoing dredging at the entrance to the lake. In November last year, the federal government committed $10 million to deliver a new dredge system, while the state government is funding $6 million towards the operation and maintenance of the equipment. Cessnock Council says it's bringing upgrades to the Kurri Kurri Library ahead of schedule after storms damaged the popular facility late last month. The library has relocated its activities while the roof leak is fixed, and other upgrades get underway, including a new meeting room and refurbishment of existing amenities. Council's Robert McGinnity says they're keeping the community informed.
All our holiday activities are still going to go ahead. We're making sure our community and users of the facility are looked after. So we've got a pop-up service desk that we're going to utilise at the Kurri Kurri Community Centre, and they'll be open during the normal times for the community centre's regular hours.
To NURFM Sport.
The Jets have gone down again in the A-League men's. Their 1-0 loss to Melbourne City was their 5th of the season. With the match played in Saturday's extreme heat, neither side was at their best. Coach Mark Milligan says he's not opposed to kick-offs as late as 9 o'clock in summer if it means better games.
I think that was a good game. I think it was an entertaining game to watch. Can you imagine it was played in conditions that suit the players? If we're able to produce a better product, then doesn't that help everybody?
Elsewhere, the Jets' A-League women's unbeaten run has come to an end with a 4-1 loss to the Mariners in Gosford. Newcastle cricketer Kiva Bray will make her WBBL finals debut with the Sydney Sixers after a one-run win over the Adelaide Strikers secured a top 4 finish. The 16-year-old took 1 for 18 from 2 overs, but Aussie star Elise Perry stole the show with 111 from 71. And apprentice jockey Shannon Llewellyn rode her 99th career win with Aroha Stone at Broadmeadow on Saturday. That's sport. I'm Will McGrath.
And the winning numbers in Weekend Lotto are 5, 10, 17, 33, 42 and 45, and the supplementaries are 31 and 44. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.